everything.
Yes.
So actually we are calling upon farmers in case they have a challenge and they need our help. We are available to help them in whatever the stage, be it establishment, be it seedlings, quality seedlings, be it on management practices and everything, even if dam, irrigation system and the rest, we are available to advise.
This is the program that we are continuing teaching new farmers on the various issues and concerns concerning avocado production and management. So today we, with my colleague here, Ibra, we are going to tackle on irrigation and orchard management. So straight to the point, Ibra, maybe you can say a word to our viewers before we start off the program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emma.
Yes.
Thank you so much for bringing such kind of thing, and we are happy to share some information. There's some nitty-gritty which farmers needs to know,
yes,
and to understand about avocado management as far as irrigation is concerned. Yeah, actually, those are the things which we are just going to dive in, and I have some few things to highlight on. Today we are in Tungamo. We are still in Tungamo. We have been here for the last 3 weeks excavating the dam of 6 million liters capacity, and for irrigating the 32 acres which we have in this region. Actually, it is of great concern. Why we are doing this is because of the production which we got from this orchard last 2 months on 8 acres existing trees. We got 16 tons.
Yes.
So when we got 16 tons in that 8 acres, it created some, it created something whereby we just told ourselves, what should we do to increase the production? That's when we decided to discuss with the owner of the farm that you are doing, you are the lowest point, because 1 acre is supposed to give you at least 4 tons. But now on this case scenario, it was giving us something like, gave us how many tons? 2 tons per acre.
Yes.
So for the tree of 7, because actually those trees were planted the year 2020, it will be better than that, instead of having that lowest numbers.
Okay, now that you've mentioned about the tonnage that you got from 8 acres.
Yes.
So maybe this discussion, I want us to use this scenario to paint a picture of what is expected and what can be done so that we can improve on that kind of tonnage to the expected tonnage. So maybe you can elaborate to us what are some of the ways that in a case of a farmer like this one, what he can do to make sure that he increases tonnage from that one of
2 tons per acre.
2 tons per acre
to 4 tons.
to the least 4 tons per acre, which is expected.
Okay, thank you for that. You see, what is supposed to be done.
Yes.
You see, here, what we came to notice the feeding program.
Yes.
The trees were pruned, the canopy is so good. Number 3 is, it was only lack of water and the proper management, whereby he should work on his nutrition, making sure that he has irrigation system in place,
yes,
making sure that he has water which can push him throughout the year. So as the way you said, we are really trying our best to make sure that he attains all that.
Yes.
By having a proper feeding program, it assures that he's going to have good production. By having water irrigation system in place and having enough water which can push out throughout the year,
yes,
it's an indicator of showing that you will have good production.
Yes.
So you will be able to move from that 2 tons which is getting per acre to 4 tons per acre,
yes,
which is really possible.
Yeah.
Given that, we have different rain patterns, the soils are so good here, altitude of 1,400,
yes,
I mean, the soil elevation and everything, it's so good.
Yes.
So this guy can be able to get between, getting that 4 tons, it's too easy for him.
Yes.
And from seeing of things which, again, next year we will come back and testify, which I'm too sure that 8 acres will surpass. I mean, it will surpass 4 tons mark per acre.
Yes.
By next year.
Yes.
Because of the feeding program and irrigation system in place. Yeah.
Yeah, that is quite interesting. Now that in terms of water,
Yeah.
I see you decided to settle on doing some dam at Isafo. Yeah. What was the considerations that you decided to do this kind of irrigation system?
Okay, after doing the much good research and doing the our maths properly,
yes,
to see that we really need to elevate this farmer from 2 tons production to 4 tons and above,
yes,
per acre.
Yeah.
We saw that there is some needs. Yes, actually, we sat down, put all implementation together. We realized that feeding program is supposed to work on it, making sure that we spray these trees against pests.
Yes.
It gives them fertilizer and then giving them water. Yes. I realized, fine, there is no way you are going to do fertilizer or either do the fertigation on the plant, yes, while you don't have water.
Yes.
So we saw that, can we do the feeding program and in hand with irrigation system?
Yes.
So after sitting down and analyzing all this one about the 32 acres,
yes,
we saw that there was a need of having between 5 million to 6 million liters, which can sustain this farm.
Yes.
So that's so we best derived our formulation or either our calculation based with what is on the ground.
Yes.
So we saw there was a need of water.
Yes.
He has a borehole which he had drilled, but it's not yielding enough capacity,
yes,
to water these 4,800 trees.
Yes.
So we realized that, fine, we know that the dry season is running for 3 months, but on our case scenario, we have calculated, we know that the dam which we have for 5 million liters can push us for another 4 months during dry season, yes, plus or minus. And Mr. Ima, what I can tell you, with the dam which we have is enough to push us for 4 months.
Yes.
Because actually those are 16 weeks during the dry season. And we have calculated saying that, if one tree, in good area, in good production, the tree should be able to get between 33 liters.
Yes.
But now we have pushed ourselves extra, yes, saying that, fine, let us give 50 liters per tree, yes, per week, which we can divide and say that, we give 25 today, and then after maybe 2 days or either third day, we give it another 25. Yeah. So on 50 liters, it means that we are stable with that number. Yeah. The dam will able to, you can get that 50. You say 50 times 160, yes, and then time is the number of the plants you have, 4,800, yes, which at the end of the day, and then time is with the dry season. Forget about these other months.
Yes.
Do the last 4 months of dry season.
Yes.
So automatically you'll be getting something like around 3 million, around 3 to 4.
3.8 million.
Yeah, that's around 3 to 4 million liters. So still our reservoir will not remain empty.
Yes.
And we know within that period of 4 months there will be a window for rains.
Yes.
So to replenish back our dam in order to irrigate the trees.
Now that is so what basically you mean is that this 6 million capacity of tank will be enough to cover the drought period.
Yeah, very well.
That's
very
good.
well. Because actually you see, like from here we are pumping 1 kilometer, okay, on top of the hill where we have a capacity of around 1.3 million liter, yes, with a dam liner. Then from there it can flow back with gravity to the trees. Then towards the other side where it cannot reach, we have some 2 tons, yes, which can cover like 5 acres, which is remaining on the other side. Yeah. So
that's a very, very insightful statement.
Yeah.
Now, maybe someone would be wondering, for him to start off a project like this, what are some of the considerations? Is it a must that every farmer should have a collection dam like this one and a reservoir, or what are the other sources, alternative sources of water?
Okay, you see, like we really know that we have different mode of keeping water.
Yes.
You may decide to have a tank to keep water, but the cheapest mode, which I can say, for especially those ones who are on the lower areas, on those areas which are not mountainous, they can collect runoff water if you don't have a swamp.
Yes.
dig a valley dam like this one, collect some water, which at the end of the day you'll be able to pump either to your tank or either to your reservoir, like dam line and the rest. Because actually this investment is very expensive.
Yes.
It's not a cheap investment at the end of the day. You can see like, we really know that since you are in business of avocado, you must have water.
Yes.
Given that the climate change and the rest of the thing, it's so unpredictable. So you have to have a valley dam like this one, or either have another source of water. Then, there are those ones who are doing shallow wells, but shallow wells, and remember, most cases those are just domestic. They are not for farming.
Yes.
It cannot do a big capacity, but those are domestic for domestic use. Yeah. So actually, having a valley dam like this, it can help a lot. Either on the swampy area, create your valley dam, given that even if it's small, maybe 10 by 10 or either 15 by 15 for those ones of 1 acre, then try to supplement your trees.
Yes.
Not only that, you see, like Emma, we can't be in a scenario whereby we are doing between 33 and 50 liters every week. Other areas don't have that water.
Yes.
There are some other implementation factors which we can do. We have been advocating since day one. We do the manure.
Yes.
We do the manure. So once we do the manure, it can help us to as another way of conserving water for these plants.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, in terms of the type of irrigation, there is this question that we normally get from farmers. They have installed a irrigation setup like this, but now on choosing the type of irrigation to put in plants, what are you advising in terms of is it better to do furrows, is it better to do sprinklers, or which one is the best in terms of avocado?
Okay, avocado drip irrigation is the best.
Yes.
I will not encourage furrow because of fruit rot. I will not encourage sprinklers because of fungal buildup and then wastage of water. But drip irrigation is the best. Then number one is drip irrigation. Number two, you can have tap systems.
Yes.
Create a tap system. Then make sure that you have a tap within your orchard which will cover circumference of 100 meters, diameter of 100, which at the end of the day you know that it has cover. So in 1 acre you can have like four taps,
Yes.
which can cover your orchard and make sure that the trees are getting enough water. As the time goes and you have started making money from these plants, you can transform it back to drip irrigation. But for the meanwhile part and for as sustainability, you can adapt on the tap system for those ones which cannot afford to do the drip irrigation.
Okay. In terms of when you put up a system like this, definitely you will need operational cost. Like, what is it? How are you going to pump water from here up to the main reservoir? In terms of which pump do you prefer? Is it hydro? In terms of solar, what do you prefer?
Okay, for our case scenario, remember, the power from here to where the power is around a kilometer away.
Yes.
But for the efficiency, and we wanted to have on a one-go cost, we resort into solar system, which we are going to do solar system, and which we can be able to benefit through the sun. At the end of the day, whereby we know that it will be pumping water during the day. During the night, maybe we can have a backup generator to pump, but it's not that necessarily for us to have a generator. Only during the day, if sun can yield for us 6 hours, it's enough to give us enough water. So we are expecting at least if we can be able to pump 25,000 litre per hour. So you can, if your time is and it's yielding for you 6 hours, then we are done.
Okay. Now, as we wind up on this topic, maybe you tell us about now that you as Avocare, you have resorted to helping farmers in digging these types of dams. In terms of availability, are you only situated to some region, or you are found across Uganda?
Okay, we as Avocare Consultancy Limited, we are the one company which has decided to help farmers entirely from seedling production to the market linkage to irrigation and everything. So actually we are calling upon farmers in case they have a challenge and they need our help. We are available to help them in whatever the stage, be it be it establishment, be it seedlings, quality seedlings, be it on management practices and everything, even if dam, irrigation system and the rest, we are available to advise. So we are not limited in certain regions. We are all over the country, and we are flexible to move all over the country and provide our services to them. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I think this session has been quite insightful in terms of irrigation and water application. So you guys, if you see you have benefited from it, we are here for you. Yeah, you just reach out. We have our offices in Nansena, Ashinaka. That's a physical if you want to meet us physically. But if you want also, we are available through WhatsApp and even TikTok and YouTube. Yeah, thank you and welcome.